What's up, YouTube? It's your girl K's Beauty World, and I'm back at it again with another freaking video. What? Yes, honey, your girl is back with another freaking video. Now, before I jump into today's video, I want you to hit the subscribe button down below. Also, hit the share and like button, because you know there's nothing but positive vibes here, only on your girl's channel. Yes. So today is Friday, December the 16th, I think it's the 16th. I don't know, but it's Friday. And we are a few days shy away from Christmas, y'all. If it's the 16th, it's, a couple days, and I'm excited. I'm getting excited. I am in the car doing a video. Of course, your girl is getting ready to go in school, and I was like, let me jump up here and do a video real fast for y'all. So on the last video I did, I said I was going to start back getting up here, do some more motivational stuff, talking about weight loss. Like, I forgot what that video was about. I should have looked at it before I started this one. But anywho, so I have my infusion coming up on December the 28th. If you guys have watched my videos, I did mention that I was recently diagnosed with MS, which is multiple sclerosis. It was March 24th. I think it was March 24th or March the 20th. And it was a couple days before my birthday, because my birthday is March 27th. So I did not have a good birthday, because that's one of the things that I thought about. So I am going to try to take you guys on an infusion with me. Like I said, my next one is the 28th of this month. So I'll try to take you guys with me. And believe it or not, there is a lot of people that have MS, and MS is hard to diagnose. Let me tell you why. First of all, let's go into this detail. So, I was having some symptoms. It was December of 2021. I was having some symptoms where my left side went completely numb when I was on my way to pick up my son. And I was just like, oh my God, what is going on? Something is happening. Am I having a stroke? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm young. So I'm like, you can have a stroke at any age. It don't have to just be age. But anyway, so I was like, something's going on, but I, thugged it out, and I went to go pick up my son, and I called my husband. I was like, I'm going to the ER right away. I was like, something's not right. I just started seeing like a bunch of little spots, with my vision and stuff like that, and I just felt like really lightheaded, and I was like, something's not right. So I went to the ER, and they pretty much told me that I didn't have a stroke. Everything looked normal, no heart attack, no nothing. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm overreacting because I am stressed, like just trying to find ways to see, because at that time I was planning for my wedding, and it was the holiday as well. So I was like, no, something's got to be going on. So January comes, and I'm still weak on this side. Like, I can move it, but like if I'm working out or anything like that, you could tell and notice a big difference, because when I started working with the left side, it was like I was having a hard time moving, and it would move slower, although I felt like it was going fast with this side of my body. So I told my husband, I was like, maybe I need to go to my primary health care and see what she can order to see like something is going on. So I started doing a bunch of Google searches and stuff like that. First things that popped up was MS. Although when I started doing a little bit of history on MS, it was saying that it's very hard to diagnose. They have to do multiple tests in order to get this. So I was like, okay. So I set up an appointment with my primary care doctor. I seen her January. I can't remember the exact date, but I seen her January, and she was like, okay, you need to go get an EMG. Let's start there, because the ER said that your CTs were normal, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So I got my EMG done mid-January, and that was pretty much fine. It did show that I had some slight carpal tunnel in the left side, on the left hand, but the doctor was like, no, like I feel like it's something deeper going on, because this wouldn't just, start out the blue from carpal tunnel. So I was like, all right, cool. So he was like, I'm gonna suggest that your doctor do send you to a neurologist so y'all can look further more in detail. So I was like, all right. So went back to my primary care doctor like the following week. She gave me the results, stuff like that. So she was like, well, you're young, you're pretty much healthy. I'm gonna send you to a neurologist just to be on the safe side, because you just never know nowadays with COVID and everything like that. Remind you, I've never had COVID, but still, like, since COVID was fresh and new, like nobody knew anything that was going on with the body. So I ended up going to the neurologist, and she was like, yeah, you know, I've looked at all your stuff, your blood work, everything is normal. She's like, I honestly don't think nothing is wrong with you. You're a healthy 30-year-old female, and, you know, maybe you're just stressed and stuff like that. And I was like, no, like, I feel like something is going on. Like, I understand my body, and I'm aware of my body. I've been in my body 30 years. Like, I feel like we need to set up a test to try to go a little further. So she was like, okay, we'll get some more blood work. We'll set you up an MRI without contrast. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So I go get the first MRI. It showed abnormalities within my brain and my spinal cord. So I was like, okay. So she was like, now we're going to see you back for an MRI with contrast. I did that literally a couple days later. Well, once I finally started getting the results in on my MyChart, of course, I'm reading the results, and I'm trying to Google some of the stuff. Y'all, please don't Google. But I started trying to Google some of the stuff, and I'm like, okay, so this Google is telling me, you know, that this is pretty much MS. Like, so Kayla, you need to go ahead and prepare yourself with this diagnosis, because this could be a possibility of what you have. So I finally went back to the neurologist. She gave me my results. She was like, I am so glad that you kept talking me into getting your MRI, because it does look like you have MS. She was like, so I'm going to go ahead and diagnose you with MS. However, I do not specialize with MS patients, so therefore I will be sending you to one of my colleagues who can start you on medication. As she was telling me, MS progresses very fast, and you know, you pretty much need to get treated now, because nobody knows how long you've had it. I'm going through an active flare at the time, stuff like that. So cool. So probably about 2 weeks later, I went to the other neurologist, which was her colleague that handles the prescriptions and medicine dealing with it and stuff like that. First thing, I had to get a spinal tap before I could go any further and get treated, because they say that MS is kind of similar to lupus, so they just wanted to win it out. Come to find out, the spinal tap did end up showing that I did have, the spinal tap did come out positive for the MS. So when I went back to the neurologist, the specialist, he pretty much confirmed it. I have lesions in my brain and I have lesions on my spines. However, the medication/infusion that you get is supposed to help treat those and prevent you from getting any new lesions. So with all that being said, we started looking at treatment forms on what I should start first. So I don't know how to say the name of the medicine, but I think it's called Tysabri. I get it once a month, every 28 days, infused. So I started doing that. Of course, when you get fresh diagnosed with something, no matter if it's a strep throat, like, I don't know, but my feelings was like super hurt from the time I got diagnosed to trying to, you know, remain strong and push through everything up until getting my first infusion. I tell you guys, like, a lot has changed with all this stuff. Like, there's some times that I can't remember a lot of stuff, and literally I have to write everything down because I can't remember some stuff. Also, but writing it down, of course, helps me remember, like, everything. And I've gotten medications that help me focus more and remember more and things like that. So that is working. And then also, like, I have a lot of body pain, especially here in Ohio. It's cold right now. So my body just hurts continuously, like, every single day. But of course, I still push through and go on about my day and do what I got to do, because I'm not going to let this beat me. I've done a little bit of research. Of course, there's a lot of stuff about MS that nobody talks about that you learn as you go, of course. But if it's not treated, people literally stop walking. Like, the doctor told me, the final one that I made it to, which I don't see the one who started me on the medication anymore. I went to a person that has their own practice dealing with nothing but MS, too, by the way. So this provider, he's really good. All the infusions are there. He's there. Like, you don't have to jump through hoops trying to talk to this provider or anything like that. Like, he is standardized and he is there. And, you know, even he give you his cell phone number. Okay, no doctor gives you their cell phone number, but if you have like a severe symptom and you cannot wait till the morning time, he will, you know what I'm saying, he'll handle everything for you and tell you where to go, where to do, what to do, where to go, all that good stuff. So I have a very, very great doctor. But anyway, like, it's tough sometimes because I'm just like, you know, I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where it came from, why I have it, like, what I did to have it. If it's like, nobody in my family has MS or anything like that. So it's just very strange. But, you know, it's common for a lot of people. And a lot of people don't know, and they get help too late. Or you have people that don't have health insurance and can't afford to go to the doctor and can't afford these certain tests to see what's going on with their body. And there's nothing that you can do about it. If you can't afford it or you don't have it, you just don't have it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, thank God that I was my own advocate for my own body, because I'm like, nah, something is wrong with me. Like, y'all need to push a little further. Like, we need to do more testing or something like that. So if you notice something that's not right with your body, y'all need to speak up and say something, because at the end of the day, you are your own advocate. Nobody knows your body like you know it. And if that provider don't listen to you, go to another provider. Keep going to other people until you get to the bottom of whatever. Because I feel like as a minority, as an African American people, like, you know, we find out stuff at the last minute and then all of a sudden we're gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important for you to put your health first. Like, you may have a lot of stuff going on, and I do too. Like, I'm a businesswoman. I go to school full time, nursing school at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I have a lot of stuff going on. So I had to put that step first and focus first on that before I could continue my life, because I want to be here to watch my son grow up. Like, the doctor I went to that told me about the medication or whatever, like, to pick out what medicine I want to be on, that first doctor told me that I probably would have been in a wheelchair within a couple months, because MS progressed so fast, and the first thing that it affects typically is like your limbs. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I'm so glad that I was my own advocate again. I was my own advocate to proceed in something and, you know, fight for my body, because this is my body. Nobody knows my body but myself, you know? And then not only that, but, you know, I've seen, working in the healthcare field, I've seen a lot of people that had this, and this was, you know, they don't have the ability to walk or whatever the situation is, and that reason is because they waited so long to get treated for it, and now this is the predicament that they have to live with. And it's because the lesions in your brain, it multiplies, divides. You have multiple spinal cord, there's a lot in your body, but once you have those lesions on your spinal cord, they're pushing and they're causing effects on, you know, on a lot of things in your body. So I'm telling you guys, be aware of your own stuff. With having MS, I can say that they do have a lot of support groups. Of course, since COVID, it's like you can't find a lot of them, but there are some times that I need people to talk to when it comes to this, because sometimes I feel like I have lost my damn mind, but in reality, I haven't. It's just me seeing things slightly different than what other people see it sometimes. Also, one time I did have vision problems, like where my left eye, first I started seeing floaters in both, and it wouldn't go away. Then my right eye was twitching really bad. It twitched all day, all night, like until I went to sleep. Like, it was horrible. And then when I woke up that next day, my eye on the left side was blur. Like, I had to literally get up close, or I had to sit in the dark to look at the computer screen. Like, literally, it was that bad. And I had ended up going to I called my doctor. He put me on steroids. Since MS progresses fast, they try to like start you immediately on something. At that time, I couldn't do a steroid IV. So you can either do a steroid IV, I think it's 3 days, for like 30 minutes to an hour, or you get the pill version. And I ended up getting the pill version, which I will never do. I had to take 20 pills in 3 days, and that was basically, I don't know, it was a lot of pills a day. And if you ever had a steroid like prednisone, you know that is nasty. And honey, let me tell you, it was so hard swallowing them pills. After I took like pill number 5, I made it to the second day. I could not do that third day. I'm telling you, it is hard. So like, therefore, with me having a 2-year-old, I have a husband, I have multiple businesses, and I have a platform here, I have a platform on TikTok, stuff like that. I have to literally push myself. I have to make myself go every day. I have to get up and be like, Kayla, it's gonna be okay, girl, you got this. The first step is done. Like, you're already started on medication. Like, this medication is helping you. Like, you can do this. You know what I'm saying? I have to push myself, and it gets so hard sometimes. So sometimes I just become so depressed, and I'm like, why did I have to get this diagnosis? Like, why did it want to hit me? You know what I'm saying? But I don't question God. I don't, because everything happened for a reason. So if this was for me to slow down a little bit, or for me to focus more on certain stuff in my life, then you know what? I'm figuring that process out, and I'm going to do it. But I tell you, like, it is hard some days. There are some days where I'm so sore, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to stay in the bed today. How is that possible, girl? You got to get up and go to school. You got to get up and take care of this baby. You got to play with this baby. You got to show this baby love. You know what I'm saying? You got to be there for your husband, stuff like that. Like, nobody realized when you get certain diagnoses, it's hard on your body. Like, it is absolutely hard. And I'm only talking to y'all about this because, first of all, I feel like y'all are my family and my friends, and we are there together until the end. And I just want people to be aware of their own body. Like, I want you to literally start being aware of your body, because there is so much stuff going on in the world as far as like COVID, the monkeypox, you know, measles outbreak, polio out, like different stuff that we would have never had back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, y'all be your own advocates. If y'all need help, assistance, whatever, try to get it. Make somebody listen to you, because at the end of the day, this is how we losing our people out here in these streets. And I don't need to lose none of y'all, because at the end of the day, I'm always going to be here for y'all. If y'all need to talk, y'all need to write me, y'all need to personally email me something. Honey, let me tell you, I got you. Because at the end of the day, I got my family, I got y'all, you know what I'm saying? But if I don't talk to y'all and tell y'all, then y'all not going to know. So therefore, I thought I would come up here today and share this with you guys. And I will be back, and I'll start posting more videos talking about MS, because I feel like MS need to be aware, especially because it's in our community. Like, it's not just certain people getting this, it's anybody getting this. As I'm young and I got it, you know what I'm saying? Most people get it when they're like older, in their 50s is when they finally get diagnosed with MS and stuff like that. But I'm just glad that, you know, I was able to get this diagnosis early and be able to do something about it, versus being too late and then I end up somewhere where it's even more stress on my body, or, you know, it's more work for my family to take care of me, or, you know, whatever the situation is. So if you guys have any questions, topics, or concerns, let me know down in the comments. Like I said, I do read my comments. All you got to do is just reach out, let me know. I am on TikTok as well, at K's Beauty World. Or I don't know, I'll put it down in the comments. It's K's Beauty World, because I got K's Beauty World or K's Beauty with different stuff. So I'll put all that stuff down in the comments down below. Hit your girl up. Like I said, we all family here on this platform. I'll see you guys later. I gotta go to class. Love you. Bye.